Hello and welcome. This is the 12 Days of Christmas with Beehive Quilt Shop. I'm Anna Rose,
I'm
and
Connie, and I've got little Braxton here with me.
and this is my mom, and that's my baby, and this is my coffee cup, and it says "You're the best" because you're the best because you're watching us, but it's also because somehow my 7-year-old daughter has started telling me this when I drop them off at school. She goes, "Mom, you're the best." And it's like, it's so nice that she says that to me when she leaves in the morning, when she's going out the door, she's helping her sister open the door, and then she just tells me that I'm the best. And like, if no one's told you that recently, you are the best because you're a part of the Beehive community because you're here. So we are launching a very special days, and usually during 12 days of Christmas, I have a coffee cup anyway, and I like that. If I'm really good, I'll have a different coffee cup every day, which is very possible.
Oh,
But
and guess what? I have some fun ones coming in.
ooh, mom ordered fun coffee cups. That's always fun. So we are starting the Beehive 12 Days of Christmas. And what is special about that is I have not kept track of this time how many times we've done this. But every year, basically, we have done a 12 Days of Christmas. So it's a special shopping style 12 Days of Christmas. What we do is we have 12 days of Facebook Lives, and we feature this curated group of products, and then there's a link to click on, and that's going to take you to our daily form where you're going to click and all the different things that you want to buy. So during 12 days of Christmas, what makes it special is some of these items are at deeper discounts or special bundles that we've never had before, and then they're also full of Christmas gift ideas. So we also have our toys because we are also a toy store, and so we include toys, fabric kits, notions, special deals, things we've heard you guys asking about all year. Braxton's smiling. He's being so sweet. So sweet. He likes the hand. He is. He is. That's so great. I'm so glad you appreciate that, Braxton. So anyway, I think that's most of the explanation, but we have right on the homepage, it takes you to the link of 12 Days of Christmas. It's also here in this Facebook video, or if you're watching on YouTube, we'll have the links there, but it just goes from December 1st through December 12th. First day for pickup this year is December 19th, and we're going to start shipping. Whoa, my voice. It's the winter. Did you know it starts snowing here in Kansas? Usually we give a weather report. We have light flurries, but there are ice crystals falling from the sky,
And the
known as snow.
and the cool thing is, it gives you the opportunity to wear your favorite winter coat when you come to Beehive today. It is just a little nippy outside, but it's just cool. It's fun.
The word nippy just always gets me. It just
Well,
does.
it just means it's a little cold.
I know.
Yeah.
There's lots of people. There's like people like they walk out of the house with their long sleeve shirt on. They're like, I'm fine. And then there's people like, I'm going out in a snowstorm, and they have to put all the things on. So it's just fun. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started. And the number one question we get is, people want to know if they can wait to fill out the forms till the end of 12 Days of Christmas. The answer is no. You can only have 48 hours to fill out a form. So it means you can see at any point, you can see 2 different days at a time because the links go live at midnight, but you have to make those decisions of what you want. And then you also get to keep track of how much you're spending because we don't send you an invoice till the end of it.
You don't have to keep track of
Don't
it.
keep track. You have an unlimited budget. Your husband called and said yes. No. I don't know. Maybe you'll win the lottery between now and then. Anyway, the point is you won't get invoiced till the very end.
You know, I might. I should just say.
Yes, no, we got Desiree over here.
Brought a wreath advent for the adults, and she put scratcher tickets all the way around. So we might win.
So thoughtful. That's so
funny.
thoughtful. It's really possible. You never know. You never know what can happen. You just
Well,
never know.
and one of the
The
other things
magic
you
of
might
Christmas.
mention on the form, you can fill it out, and then later, if the next day you decide, golly, I wished I would have, you still have 24 hour, or you still have that 48 hours to edit your order, so you can add to it. You
Yes.
can go right.
Yeah, so it's actually you can edit your order. You don't have to submit it. So we had and like it's 12 days Christmas. It's all brand new. We had one gal who's filled it out 3 times this morning already. I love that you're excited, but just know that it'll price submit. If you do have a question, if your form did go through, you can call and ask us and ask for Desiree, Katie, Connie, or Anna Rose, and we'll look that form up for you to see if your name came through. But most of the time, it really does go through, and just know that.
You should get like a confirmation in your email.
Mm-hmm.
Your email will have that little thing. It'll tell you if you want to go back and edit and go
Yes.
from there.
Yeah, and this is what the form looks like. So you can, of course, buy these things like online on your own, but you're not necessarily going to get the deal or the discount that we're featuring today if you don't do it through our 12 Days Christmas thing. But it's also just inspiration for forever. But we're going to go ahead and get started.
Sure.
Just because I'm excited. So this is what the form looks like if you were to print it off, which no one needs to print it off. But anyway, we're starting it off with so the theme of the day is like be happy that you're here, because we're happy you're here, and being happy is just fun. But this is a new needle minder that's called Bumble, and it's just super cute. Like, I love the illustration of it. We just got them in for 12 Days of Christmas, so if you've been here in the last 2 weeks, you might have seen them hanging out, but there's a $2 savings, so it's usually $12. You can get it for $9.99 because it's a bee named Bumble. Like, I just think Bumble, Bumble's also a dating app, but Bumble is also just a cute name for a bee. But anyway, it's just fun. I'm moving on. So I don't have good dating advice though. I don't, I do like the good, Hallmark rom-com though. You just have to be in the right mood. If anyone's seen trending on Netflix's Champagne Problems, highly recommend. Good chick flick.
Oh.
Good chick flick. Well, we can give movie reviews.
Sure, I haven't seen it, so maybe I'll add it to my watch list.
It is really fun.
I am in the middle of watching American Revolution, which is
Oh,
totally different.
Yes, Champagne Problems. Yeah, the French Revolution's totally separate war. Braxton's very studious right now. I'm opening up the next thing that you could gift yourself for Christmas, and that's this, which is Purple Toadology. It is a giant tote bag. It's huge on the inside. It fits an 18 by 24 cutting mat, and it has these big vinyl pockets. So reasons to get this is you could think of all the things that you could put in here, and maybe even all the things that you buy during 12 Days Christmas could fit in this bag. Maybe you'll need another box. I'm not sure, but it's a really great value because they're usually $43.99. We're selling them for $39.99 during 12 Days of Christmas. But why that's cool is because this really would take a lot of effort to make, which is not ever going to stop us from making our own quilted bags. But it's so functional. It's so good for retreats. And some of the things that we've got today are, kind of themed also based off of going to retreats because we have a retreat house.
Well, and I love it because you can put that big cutting mat, you can put in your extra large stripology, and whatever projects you have, it's really functional.
Yeah, it's just great. It's great. And it's purple. Number one, it's purple. So we've got the Purple Toadology, which is also at a deal.
And if they did want the teal one,
Where'd we
could they
go?
make that in the comments?
Oh, Mom always goes rogue during these 12 Days of Christmases. We're like, Mom, we got a spreadsheet. We got options. If you want teal, it's at full price. No. Anyway, now you've told them something. Now everyone's going to want teal. Anyway, purple is the best one. We picked the best one. It's purple. Purple's the only option. Teal doesn't exist. But anyway, just know that. Mom's in charge. She's fine. Okay, so the next thing is a black micron pin. So micron pins are they're called an archivalist pin. I have no idea if it'll zoom in on the camera on that at all, but the micron pin is a really fine tip pin. It's archival because of the type of ink that's in there, and it doesn't bleed, which is part of why it makes it perfect for quilt labels. And so, it's just really wonderful. And you can save 50 cents if you get it through 12 Days of Christmas. But Mom and I always talk every year. We have aspirations to do more quilt labels. And one of these times we're going to do it. And until then, we're just going to keep talking about it like it's a thing. Because if you're like us, you probably have quilts that don't have labels on them. Every once in a while, we find what I call a unicorn. And a unicorn is somebody who does put quilt labels on everything before they give it every time. And they're unicorns. They exist. Desiree is a unicorn.
Well,
it's amazing. They're amazing.
It's really nice. And sometimes people wonder, well, if I put a quilt label on, will I get all the right information? But even if you just put the name of the quilt and that it was made by you and made with love, that's simple.
Yeah.
Bonus points for putting the year.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
the
I
year.
think years are very nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think honestly, if all you did was put your name and the year, the name of the quilt I think is less important than who made it or.
Sure.
And I'm just speaking like if you were to prioritize information, who made it, the year, almost the year, who made it, name of quilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about year, who made it, name of quilt. That is my personal philosophy. But that leads us to our next thing. So we have a variety of quilt labels, but this one's one of our favorites. This is Lori Holt, and this is called My Happy Place, right? I'm just going off of my own memories. Yes, I was right. Anyway, so this is a really cool panel. This has 7 times 4, which is a number 28, right? 28 labels are on this panel, and they don't repeat at all. So all of these are unique, which is really cool. So Mom and I, because we're Mom and I, we decided to go with 2 different options. 1, you can get the whole panel, or 2, we decided you could get a mystery panel. So for $1.50, we'll give you 4. And so it'd be a mystery because you could get who knows which row of 4, but it's, oh my goodness. We made it through that. I don't know. Anyway, but we're fine. We're fine. This is the first day. The first day is always it's the first day. It's a Monday. But anyway, this is a strip. So you get a strip of 4. It's going to be a mystery. So if you do just want 4 labels, because 28 labels is too much to commit to. The other thing of what makes this panel really fun is because you can make, am I not on? We're good? We're good? Okay. But anyway, you could divide this up yourself and make your own gift. So a lot of people have sewing groups or quilting bees, quilt guilds, like our local quilt guild, the Wheat Capital Quilt Society, parties tomorrow night, 6:30, at St. Anthony, St. Rose. You're welcome to come. There's a fat quarter exchange, all kinds of fun stuff. But if you've got a quilty party to go to, you can always take this, cut it apart, and make it into little party favors for people, because it is just fun. And it's just a great idea. But these are all vintage ladies. But that doesn't mean, the label does not have to match the overall quilt. But if you do want to do something like that, then you should get the Brother Sublimation machine. Just say. More on that another time. But this next one, this is seriously like if you were going to gift yourself, let's see here. Because technically, I sold mine to somebody else because I had it here because I was teaching a class and someone really wanted the yellow one, which was discontinued, and I let them buy it from me. And now I don't have one of these. So this is now, this is the Bee's Knees book stand. It comes packaged just like this. You get your own little thing of bubble wrap. But this is more than just a cookbook holder, because it's not a cookbook. It is a quilty book cover. So this has a really nice, deep, wide tray. And the most important thing is quilt cookbook holders, which, that's what I used to use a long time ago before these came out. But a lot of cookbook holders have a really deep lip on them because a lot of cookbooks are really heavy hardbacks. But this has just a really nice shallow bottom, so it's just enough to hold the pages, but not enough to impact you reading the bottom instructions, because that makes a big difference. This is also totally made out of metal, so cute things like the Bee's Knees Bumble here. Bumble is just gonna be super cute. So you don't even have to know where you're gonna store your needle minder. You can keep it right here, and it's just gonna be there. You're gonna have magnets, put stickers on it. But I just love, this is the Bee's Knees book stand. So really is helpful. I do know a couple people that have 2 of these, because if you've got a cutting station and if you've got multiple places, then, you might need multiple cutting stations. But they're just the Bee's Knees book stand. Highly recommend. One of the best things ever. And we just had to, you can't just keep all the best for last because every day has good stuff on it. How did I lose my paper? I have not lost my paper. Here we go. Next thing. This is the winning thing of the day. And I've probably already lost it because it's so cute. Binding needles. So back to quilt labels, book stands, all of us aspiring to be unicorns like Desiree, who put quilt labels on quilts before we give them away. But binding needles from Primitive Gatherings are amazing. So it comes in a little tube. And what makes these binding needles special is that they're really sharp, but I love them because they're not itty bitty. There's a lot, there it goes. There's a lot of people that will bind with teeny tiny needles or like hand quilting needles, the in-between needles. Those, everybody's going to have their favorite, but these really are, we recommend them. I don't remember which customer told us about these. I know it was somebody who was traveling. I feel like they were from Minnesota, but these binding needles are really quite worth it. And they're just wonderful. Yeah, we'll just take the package there.
A few
But
weeks ago, a customer came in looking for these, and other customers at the cutting table overheard it, and they were like, "Oh, those are the best." Like,
Oh,
Rena was, she's like, "Oh yeah, those are the
yes.
ones you want." So yeah, those are apparently
And
top tier binding needles.
I like that top tier, top shelf binding needles are these. And so you can save $1 by buying them through 12 days of Christmas. Another thing that makes a great gift, because needles are something like, you know, you're not just that you're going to lose needles, but you know, you need needles. So the Bumble bee, who's going to be your best friend that you can wear as a brooch, you can take it to the grocery store. Nobody will know you're wearing something. Well, I mean, hopefully you're wearing something at the grocery store. I'll take that back. But anyway, nobody's going to think differently of you if you're wearing a needle minder to the grocery store. But if you leave a needle on it, that's the whole point of a needle minder, is that it has a needle that it has that magnetic to keep that there. So if you are in the middle of binding a quilt and the teapot rings, you know, you don't have to like stab your needle into the couch. I say that because that was my old habit, way before Beehive became a thing. I don't do that anymore now that I have children. Safety feature.
Hope Wright commented and said those are also her favorite binding needles.
Oh, good. See, yes. Tell a friend. Tell a friend about them. Yeah. So Primitive Gatherings binding needles, 10 out of 10 recommend. Had to have them on day one. Be happy you're here because it's just great. This next one is rotary blades, because this is like, you know, rotary blades are the number one thing quilters do not give themselves often enough. There are too many quilters that keep dull rotary blades in their rotary cutter, and when you're cutting, you have to put so much more pressure, no matter what rotary cutter you have, when you have a dull blade. And so it's really, really important to keep a sharp blade. There are some companies out there that have they're almost like, if you buy single rotary blades, they're like $8 or $9 a piece. And but Martelli really has one of the best affordable, best ones that are out there. And so we have them in a 2 count and in a 5 count, is what we added for 12 days of Christmas. So by all means, get yourself a 2 count, because you just need that. That's like buying like milk or bread, or in my household, peanut butter. That is like a staple. You cannot live without having at least a backup of 2 count. You should always have a 2 count at all times. But if you really want to get ahead, having a 5 count rotary blade capsule is just going to really help yourself, because it's always so hard when you only have one like backup of something. You're like, oh, then I'm going to run out. Maybe I should keep inking by, and I should keep doing it. It's not that hard. But when you put a new blade in, it just cuts like butter, and you just have that satisfying, like, oh, I should have done this for myself a long time ago. I feel like it's the same feeling you get when you go to a massage and you hadn't had a massage in forever, and you're like, oh, why did it take me so long to do this? That is how I feel about rotary blades. So, that's just super essential. They are on sale. We have them at discounts, so you should definitely get one of those. This next one is something that, like, I have this in my quilt room, and I love it like just about more than anything, because my dad was even talking about this. He's like, he came down here and he started looking at how many rulers we had. And I say down here because my parents do live above the store. And anyway, he's like, how did people make quilts before all these rulers existed? And he was joking because, you know, a lot of times people used to cut quilts out with scissors and templates and newspaper clippings and all this stuff. Like, I didn't realize the rotary cutter wasn't invented till the 1980s. Like, wild to me that invention took that long to get. I meant to look up how long it's been since the pizza cutter existed. So if you are a nerd or have like 5 tabs open, like, feel free to go open up a tab, look up when was the pizza cutter invented, and let me know. Because it somehow took the quilting industry that much longer to figure that out. Now we're on it. But rulers are the best thing ever. And you could count, we should maybe do a contest sometime, like, how many pieces of plastic do you have? But I love rulers, and I love having the exact size ones for fussy cutting, because I love fussy cutting projects. But sometimes you're cutting up fat quarters. Sometimes you're squaring up a block. Sometimes you're making a border out of something, like, or cutting. This one's great for doing the diagonal on a layer cake. But anyway, we just need rulers in our life, and we have a lot of them. And if you don't have your rulers stored properly, they can fall on the floor, the tips can get chipped, lots of things can happen to them. So storing your rulers, because they are a huge investment, is totally worth it. And Martelli makes a really, really nice ruler rack. So is that what it's actually called? Yeah, it is called a ruler rack. So this is the original size, and then Mom and I decided we had to put the second one in there too. But this is the this is not 6x6. Is this 6x8? 6x7, interesting size rectangle, but it works. So Martelli is an Italian company known for this really great grippy texture that they've invented. So when you put this on a surface, like it does not move, like it stays still, like it's awesome. So because a lot of people cut on tables that have slick surfaces, or who knows, maybe you throw it on your dining room table, your guest bedroom. I don't know what your quilting situation is, but either way, when you have your rulers, you don't want to just pile them on the edge. You don't want to just keep them in a drawer. You want to keep those tips really in good shape. So I don't know if they can see that or not, but this ruler rack, it has better things. Like some people know really handy people that are great at woodworking, and I think that's awesome, but I only know Doug Kaler, and my husband does not have woodworking. So if I had to wait for my husband to make me one of these, I would never have one. So that's part of why Martelli is really, really important, because of what they make. So you can easily fit 2 rulers in here in each little divot that are creative grids. I'm a maximizer, and so this is a deep enough crevice here that it holds it well enough. I have some in between the in-betweens. So I like it. I put my really tall ones here in the middle, and then my shorter ones go out to the edge, and it works really well. I do have a horn cutting table that this floats right in the middle. So I have my collage station on one end and a cutting table on the other, and this is in the middle, and it's made me feel so much more organized because I don't have a grid wall and I don't feel comfortable putting my stuff in drawers. But anyway, I give you this. So I don't give it to you. I give it to you as an option on the list to buy. But so there's this size, and there's one that's even longer. So whether you like the small one or the big one, both of them work really well. But again, it's just something that can really upgrade and make you a more organized person, which even no matter what your organizational style is, it's better. So they both have savings on them, and they're both great. It just depends on what surface level you have. How much you want. This next one is the second most popular thing. We always have early birds because we put these forms live at midnight or earlier. It depends on when we go to bed. But anyway, this is exciting. So we have the Aurifil thread box. It's just great. So this one, they're shipping in from their warehouse. But this is an Aurifil thread box. They hold 12 spools of thread, and they are wonderful. It's super high quality plastic. It's not just run-of-the-mill craft shop plastic, and they are the perfect size to hold one of these thread spools. And these are the big ones from Aurifil. And we have a blank one. Ooh, we have 90 people watching. I'm like touched. That's so cool. That's amazing. 90 is so great. Braxton is like 92 days old, so maybe 2 more people will start watching. That'd be fun. We'll just keep building. But this is the Aurifil thread box, and so this is, like I said, it's really high quality plastic. It can hold 12. So our special during 12 Days of Christmas is you are going to get 1 box and then 1 mystery color of thread. You can pick if you want a neutral color, which is going to be a gray, a cream, a white, an off-white, or you can pick colorful, and then you might get one of these beauties. Except for, I would call these 2 neutral. This is definitely a cream and a gray. So you can pick which one of those, but these really they work really well. Thread is important to keep in an air, it's important to keep it nice and tidy, whether you have cats or not, because cats are known to run away with spools or bobbins. So just know that the Aurifil thread box is a great choice. It was the leading second most popular thing on 12 Days of Christmas today for the early birds who submitted the form even before we started going live. So I'm very excited about that. We've been meaning to get these boxes in, and anyway, we made it as a special occasion for 12 Days of Christmas. This next one is also a super fun special. This is limited quantity. So this is a June Taylor spool cone. And what makes this exciting is this is a 33 cone display. 33 is my lucky number. I don't know how many of you have a lucky number. If you don't have one, I would consider you, doesn't matter what age, find a lucky number. Invent one, go to the Chinese shop, I don't know, but just come up with a lucky number. Mine has always been 33 because my grandpa Hart was born in 1933, and I love Grandpa Hart so much, and he's not with us anymore, but that just, as a young child, I decided that 33 was my lucky number. And because of that, 3:33 is my favorite time of day. I don't know if you have a favorite time of day. I would also encourage you to think about that, because I can't tell you how many times I just suddenly look at the clock and it's 3:33. I think that was also an often time I got picked up from school by my mom or my, other mom, Tammy, and by my other mom, Tammy, I mean my best friend Kendall's mom, Tammy, who helped, she's just amazing. But anyway, 33 cones of thread. This is a really cool contraption. So this obviously can fold up like this and flat. I'm pretty sure someone could probably screw this to the wall, just like this, so it doesn't have them pre-drilled, but I'm sure that would work, or you could probably fasten some kind of a fastener right there. But you could also prop it up on a cabinet or a bookshelf. And this is also going to hold an Aurifil thread color just beautifully. So we got special deals on this one. So we have this at a huge savings. But you are going to get this stand and 3 big cones of Aurifil thread that are mystery colors for a really good price. I already forgot what it was. $49.99. So these spools of thread are like $16, and so you're getting this stand for just pennies, and it's a wonderful choice. But 33 is a lucky number. It's a wooden spool stand, and again, like, we're all looking to be more organized, and I'm sure someone could make this, but I don't know how on earth one would make it. So it would just be much better and more fun to buy it during 12 days of Christmas, and get the 33 spool stand and 3 things of thread, because you're getting my 2 lucky numbers, 33 and 3. It's a thing. It was premeditated. Yes, it was. And if we run out of the 33s, there's a 31 that's also really wonderful, and that's our backup thing. So that's what Mom is saying, is once we run out of 33s, we have a really wonderful one that's 30. We'll let you know before we swap that out, but that's also an option. So this is limited quantities. So during 12 days of Christmas, there's a handful of items where we only have what we have, and once they're gone, they're gone. And you're not necessarily going to know that till the end of 12 days of Christmas, but so that's another reason why you can always fill out the form as early as possible and look for those limited quantity things and see if that's something you can't live without. Our next one is bananagrams. So we have 3 different styles of bananagrams that are on the thing, because if you watch any of our Facebook Lives, maybe this is your first one, my mom and I and our whole family love bananagrams, and we just center my mom and my daughter were playing this last night while we were working on the 12 Days of Christmas form. Well, we had already finished it, and then we had family time. But this is the classic size of bananagrams, and what it is bananagrams is like a crossword puzzle met Scrabble, and it's met dominoes. And so it's a super fun game. My mom and I are dyslexic. We are terrible spellers, and we still love playing this game because sometimes you can win and beat people by playing things like cat, dog, laugh, simple words that are easy to spell. But it is helpful to have a family dictionary. So that person in our family is my dad. So my whole life we've been like, Dad, how do you spell this? Or does this count? And Dad's very nice. And he's also like shocked sometimes at why we can't spell certain words, but he loves us anyway. But this just makes you a good speller. So don't avoid things if you're a bad speller. Don't avoid word games. They make you a better person. And it's a banana. It's like the easiest game. It's great for campers. It's great for trailers. It's great for kids who are learning how to spell. This is the classic size. This is the big letter one. So these tiles have bigger letters. So if anybody has, it's fun to play with big letters sometimes. That's why people like those giant card decks. But this is the big letter classic size. And then this is the double bag. So in my household, we do have one of these, but we really play with the doubles because my brother loves to play with twice as many tiles as it tells you to. So this you can play with up to, I think, 16 people, but really we'll even play with 4 people. When we play this one, does it say on here? Yeah, players 1 to 16, ages 7 to 107. Bananagrams, this bag right here. So I just recommend it. I would also love to meet a 100-year-old person who plays bananagrams because I would like to do that someday. But anyway, so this is a double pack. All of them are on savings, and this was one, Mom walked away with the baby. When Mom walked away, I put these at even deeper discounts than what we already had them. But they're all at least 20% off of their normal price. So, but the best deal is this double bag because this really is amazing. And so this one you can save $7 on the bag. And it's just wonderful. So I can't tell you enough how this is great. If someone, you don't have to run the risk if somebody already has bananagrams, because if they already have bananagrams, it's the best regiftable thing, and they can regift it to someone else. Someone can go to college with it. You can have it in the camper, have it in 2 floors of your house. You can turn one of them into a magnetic refrigerator game. That is another good idea. If you know a teacher, these make awesome if you put those little magnetic pieces on the back of it and then make it a group spelling activity on a whiteboard. Great ideas. It is. So, like one of my good friends, works at this place, and in their office, where she works at a place, that's so vague. But anyway, she works in a place, and in like their common room area, they have a magnetic board, and it has Scrabble tiles that are magnetic on this board, and people do all kinds of fun messages and all the time. And like when I walked in there, because I brought her coffee one time, and I was just like, that's so cool.
We should make one.
We should make one here.
Immediately.
Can we do that?
Now I'm gonna create a space in my house.
Yes.
This is
Have
happening.
all that empty wall space
See?
there in the cuddle.
Yes.
Like words with friends, but like
Yeah.
live, tactile in your house.
Yes, it's just fun. And they're just cute tiles and they feel so nice. Like, I just love it. I love it. This is what 12 Days of Christmas is all about. I'm just saying. This is exactly what it's about. This next one, I hate that poor mom ran away. Maybe I don't have my phone. Anyway, she'll come back, but just know that this is mom's, like, I am going to do my darndest to do as good of a job as she would do on this one. My mom just whipped up over the weekend. She is super excited about this project, and I think it's amazing. But this is a glow-in-the-dark space table runner, bed runner, quilted project, something, wall hang. It could be so many different things. I do think this would be a super cute bed runner on a kid's bed too. But my family loves space. Like, we grew up watching Nova on PBS and thinking about all the things. Like, I was a kid when Pluto was taken away from the planets. That's a whole thing. As you can see here, there are 8 planets here. Pluto is not here. It does end with Neptune, but that is because Pluto really is called an ice giant. And I would say I was upset about this news for at least a decade. Surely it's been a decade since they took Pluto. Wow, but then I watched this Nova episode, and it really explains why Pluto is an ice giant versus a planet. I can't tell you the whole thing because it is an hour-long program.
They kicked him out of the club.
They did kick him out of the club, and 9 is such a great number, but
Really
like
the 9 pizzas.
yes, yes. I mean, there are many reasons to like that. You know, maybe if someone has invented a machine embroidery thing of Pluto, you just add a little Pluto over here if you want to rebel.
Like dates of year to 2000, whatever.
Yes, yes. Or we'll just demand that Riley Blake reprint this, is what it would have been 20 years ago. And I am.
So this is a NASA license.
Yes.
That's
Yes, this is licensed NASA merchandise, is this thing. And like we said, it's glow in the dark. So it has a speckled is our inner border. This glows in the dark. My mom took my 5-year-old into the bathroom to prove to her that it was glow in the dark last night, and she thought it was amazing. But like I said, we love space. So this is the solar system shenanigans. We have a great kit. It's at a great price. Plus it has, we're going to do it, this is a backing kit. So this is a 108-inch wide back, but mom did the math, and we are going to have a backing kit so that you don't even have to piece the back, and it's still going to be enough to have 8 inches so that any long arm or quilting it for you will have plenty of room. Or if you're quilting it yourself, you will also have room to turn it into binding or whatever you want to with the extra. But it's a really great project. We're very excited about it. And there is a purple version. So there is just one picture of this because mom did go to bed last night, I think at 11. And so she did not stay up and make the purple one. But we matched the purple to match Neptune. So it's really great. But the other thing that's in the 12 Days of Christmas form is that we have a tip in there. And so is it on this page? It's on this page. But anyway, mom and I, like I said, I grew up watching Bill Nye the Science Guy. Oh, maybe it didn't print. I think she has it in there. But anyway, we grew up watching NASA and PBS, and I love that so much. So as an adult, I pay for the PBS passport. It's towards the bottom of the form. is where it is. But anyway, we pay for the PBS Passport, which basically gives you the streaming app so that you can watch any of these old Nova episodes you want to. I even found the host of who it was when I was a kid, and that was super fun. But I love PBS, and Mom loves PBS, and we thought, again, 12 Days of Christmas is also about giving back and finding other cool things. So whether you have kids or you're an adult, watching Nova and PBS has made me who I am today. And by golly, we're inviting you to be a PBS Passport subscriber so that you can watch Nova, Downton Abbey. My mother-in-law got me watching Poldark. That is a steamy show if you want to watch. I mean, for PBS, it's got some stuff happening. It's called like Poldark, but he is this man and he's got like black curly hair. It is, you're gonna have to watch it. You're just gonna have to watch it. It's good. Thank you, Barb, for recommending that. But anyway, we would recommend that you think about doing a PBS Passport. Also would be something, a good gifty thing for somebody, but it just gives you access, the all access pass PBS. So Nova, space, kids, learning about science. Thank you, NASA. But it's just very inspirational. So that's why we've got that tip in there. Mom's other tip that she was starting to tell me about before she walked off with the baby is she has this panel, is a 3rd yard panel, and she is said that she squared hers up with her stripology ruler. So stripology might be on 12 Days of Christmas, but what this is the stripology, oh, that was, you have to be gentle. I was not gentle right there. Anyway, this is the stripology extra large ruler, and this is a 12-inch panel, and panels can be tricky to square up, but because this is a skinny one, it worked out really well to square it up to, I believe it's 12.5 inches on the piece. So Mom's fabric kit also includes her written pattern for how to make the table runner the way it is. So just know that. And Mom's number one other thing I can tell here is that you need to starch your panels before you square them up, as one of her biggest pet peeves. And by starch, I mean she uses Magic, which is a Magic spray, crafting spray buildable starch. And what that does is it makes the fibers a little bit more stiff so that when you are touching the panel, that it's not going to move around. And if you've got any bias edges, because it was printed a little bit wonky, it'll help give those a little bit more stability. And it just makes it easier to work with when you stiffen it up with a bit of spray starch. And again, this is Mom is, our whole family loves Legos. So we are going to have Lego on every day of 12 Days of Christmas because we love Lego. And so does, I think, at least 90% of the people who work here. We give them out as staff Christmas presents as well because Legos just make people happy. But this is a small space station and it's epic. And this actually has, you can save $3 and get this on from 12 Days of Christmas. So this is a cute little Lego set, and it's a 3-in-1 build, which means you can either buy 3 of them so that you can build all 3 things, or you can build the same set of pieces and make 3 different objects. So you can build and remake it, but it's just a great little space station and a great gift. It's $9.99 for 12 Days of Christmas. And then this is the one that my mom is just like the bee's knees super excited about. So this is going to be a family Lego build. Because again, you know, this is a great thing to do where you don't have to watch TV, or if you are going to watch TV, just have Nova in the background. Learning why Pluto really is a nice giant, even if it's, you know, makes your soul a little sad. But this really is an augmented, I don't know what that word is. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, this is a Technic set, which means it's got some specialty Lego pieces. It really is for ages 10 plus. So you can, of course, build with a smaller, a younger kid. But you would definitely want an older kid because these pieces really snap in together, and they are way more engineering focused to build these. But it shows how the planet, Earth revolves around the sun, and it's just, and the moon is super cool. Whoever invented it, 10 out of 10.
These parts are fully functional. So as you see, there's like a crank handle here, so you will be moving the sun around, or the Earth around the sun as a
Yes.
tool. They're very cool.
It's just awesome.
And even the rotation of Earth, there's a lever for that.
Yeah, and it's only $65. It's amazing. So it has a $10 coupon on it because it's during 12 Days of Christmas. And $75 is what also the separate thing of like if you do the passport thing, but you can do that monthly too. We just like PBS a lot. So if you don't know that after watching it, now you know we like PBS. our last but not least actual physical product, I don't have it with me because we're placing this big order. But speaking of space and STEM and science and all that cool stuff, we're going to feature a charm today, and it's called Girls Can Change the World, and it's a locket. And so we'll give you, again, this picture is in the form, but the charmets are just super cute. They're these little charms. So you can get this charm and the silver bracelet. I don't know if I ever actually put the price of the silver bracelet in. I might have to do that still. Nope, I definitely skipped that. I remembered thinking about it. But anyway, just know that they're $6 or $8. $6. Anyway, just you can get a bracelet if you don't already have one by clicking that box, but it's $6 or $8. We'll get that added to it. But anyway, girls can change the world because we can, and we have, and we will. And other tips that are on this sheet is we talked about rotary blades, new rotary blades being just as important as taking yourself and getting a massage. And we are putting that in our thing that we have a retreat house that's just 5 blocks north of our store. And it's an old funeral home that became a quilt shop. And I even have this super cute sticker that my friend Andy's retreat, they made these up, which was amazing. But it says it's not a funeral house, it's a funeral home. But really it's a retreat house as well. And it's really important to gather with people and to sew. And it's one of the best things you can do to recharge. And we just really recommend it. So I put a sneaky special in there that I think my mom even forgot to look at, but it's happening. If you book a June or December retreat for next year, you can save $200 off of your booking fee, which is a big deal. And so think about that, because as of now, there are 0 retreats on the calendar for June or December. So all those dates are open. This is going to be kind of a first serve thing. So if you are interested in booking a June or a December 2026 retreat, both of those, if you book during this 12 days of Christmas time, you can save on your retreat booking fee. And that's it. Oh, I had the massage thing. I talked about massages and then I jumped right to the retreat house because there's several groups that have been booking a local massage guy, and they said that Dustin is the best guy to come in if you have a retreat that you're doing here at the Hive. If you want him to come in and do massages for the people in your group, he does like a per minute thing or a 30-minute thing. Anyway, they just like all raved about him like several times. And they said like, that's like the second best thing of coming here to the retreat is getting a massage from Dustin, which is like, well, that's a pretty big deal. So I put his phone number in our 12 days of Christmas. So if you want to call Dustin up and get a massage, it is in the 12 days of Christmas form. So just know that that's a thing and that we have a retreat house and there's a perk for June and December retreats. So this concludes our 12 days of Christmas. If I get my mom back down here, I think are going to do a live bananagram play of showing you how a game of bananagrams works. We're going to do that on the Be Creative Toys Facebook page, which is a separate Facebook page from the one you're watching here. It doesn't have a separate YouTube channel, so that's a separate thing. But anyway, just know that we're going to play a big game of bananagrams. So thanks for watching 12 Days of Christmas. Tomorrow, the Day 2 form will go live tonight at midnight. You can watch us tomorrow, Tuesday, December 2nd at 9 a.m. And we will have a whole nother set of amazing things in a beautifully curated package. So thanks for watching and Merry Christmas, and you are the best.